Hello and welcome to the Poor Man's Cooking Show. I am your host, and today we're going to be doing stupid, simple pasta bake. We've got one chicken breast, 500 grams of bolognese sauce, because that's what I have on hand. Instead of grated cheese, we've got cheese slices. They work just as well. Salted seasonings and pasta. Just realised I've forgotten to put my saucepan there. One sec. There we are. So this is filled with water. I don't know if you can tell. Yes, you can. Lovely jubbly. So, first things first, turn on the oven, as we have, and I'm going to crank the temperature of this up to 6. What we're going to do is, once it's boiling, we're going to drop it down to 4. That then stops it from bubbling over as quickly. So, next, we're going to portion out our chicken into diced cubes. In my case, my knives are all blunt, so I'm going to use scissors. Okay, if it's not obvious, I've tried to cut them into roughly equal sized chunks. Now, when I say this is stupid simple, all you're going to do is cook up your chicken until it's brown, cook up some pasta, and that's going to take roughly 15 to 20 minutes, depending on what order you do it. And then you're going to stick it into a container like so. Add your cheese, whack it in the oven, and then leave it for like 30 minutes. Because that's normally enough time for the cheese to melt and for it to crisp up. Quite nice. So in all, you're looking for under an hour. Pretty good. So, to start off with, we've got this heating up to boil. Next up is our chicken. We're going to sprinkle on some seasonings. Like usual, I'm just going to eyeball it and just sprinkle it all on. So that was seasonal. This is chicken seasoning. And we've got a bit of thyme. Because I find thyme works pretty well with chicken. And then onion granules. Sorry, onion granules. Like so. And then one spatula so we can mix it all up. Now I'm using a fairly small frying pan this time because it's a small portion, I'm not cooking a lot. This will be good enough for a lunch, because that is what I'm doing this for. It's for today's lunch. It is currently almost 2 AM at the moment, and I'm going to be at work for quite a while. So that's all mixed up and covered in sauce seasonings. Now I'm also going to try something new this video, because as I go I've been experimenting, so I'm hoping to do some voiceovering as well to see how it looks and works. Just experiment really and have fun. So next up we're going to crank up our temperature to 5 as so, and it's going to take only a moment for it to start sizzling. I believe this is almost ready. So it's starting to steam. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is portioning our pasta. Now, a good way to do it is, as you can see, using what we're going to be putting the pasta into. So in a bowl, for serving up, a single portion would be maybe about half or 3/4 of the bowl. And then when you cook it, you should have some left over, or it'll fill the bowl perfectly. Now, because we're going to be doing it as a pasta bake, we're going to fill it to just under 3/4. This way, when the pasta expands, We're going to be also adding our chicken as well. You cannot forget that. It adds volume along with sauce. It should fit perfectly. Okay, so hopefully I've done a voiceover explaining that there. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our portioned pasta. So I'm going to use this spoon because it has got these bits which help with the draining. Mix it up, stick a lid on and wait for it to boil. And if you can't already hear, this is starting to now sizzle, and I'll probably do voicing over from that point onwards, so I'm going to be quiet as a mouse. Okay, so chicken's practically done. All we're now waiting on is our pasta to be finished. Our oven is being preheated at the moment. The pasta doesn't even look like it's ready to even give it a test. And this is taking me not much time. I'm not going to worry about the chicken anymore. Temperature's now off. That's just going to sit there in the heat. One side will go nice and crispy while the other stays nice and soft. And if you haven't noticed, I've also shredded the chicken just by pushing down it while it's cooking. And it just shreds itself. It's quite nice. 3 or 4 minutes in it. So I will return once that's all done. Okay, so our pasta is now done. I've just turned off the temperature. What we're going to do is drain the pasta, and then we're going to mix our chicken and sauce in with the pasta. With that drained, in goes our chicken. Much of the crispy goodness as we can in there as well. So we've got pasta, chicken, now sauce. Add in the whole thing. And then mix it all together. Now, you can have it as is, just like this. Preferably you heat up your sauce beforehand. And then you can just sprinkle some cheese on top, or you can do what I'm about to do, which is bake it in the oven, and for some reason it tastes nicer. So it takes that little bit more time, so this would have been done and dusted in 30 minutes. Because that's how long it took me to muddle around with things. So you probably have it done in about 20. But we're going to add an extra 30 minutes just to mix it up. So, I'm going to voice over this bit because I think it's going to be better like that. But I'm still going to talk in this moment, so I know roughly what. Now, as you can see, we're going to be layering our pasta bake like a lasagna. Never made one. Normally it's sauce, then your white sauce, well, sauce with meat, in that case bolognese. Then you do white sauce, and then you do layer of your sheet, or lasagna sheet, and then you do bolognese, white sheet, and then on the top you would then sprinkle on some white sauce and then cheese, and that will crisp up beautifully. So as you can see, pastas, cheese, pasta, and then top it off cheese. Cheese in the middle is going to melt and turn super gooey. Even afterwards, when it's cooled and you split it into your container, you take it wherever you do, microwave it, it is still going to be gooey in the middle. Mwah. And then the top of it should turn nice and crispy. Hallelujah. Perfect way to describe it. So as you can see, pasta, cheese, and then we top it off with the rest of the pasta. Should fit perfectly. Okay, voiceover should now be over. As you can see, it's layered like a lasagna with pasta, cheese. What we're going to do, stick it in the oven. It is preheated to 200 degrees Celsius, I believe. I've just got it turned on to 200. Make your own mind up as to what that means. But what you're going to do is place it in the centre. Close it up. And now we just wait for it to cook over the course of 30 minutes. So I'll be back once that's done. How's your day going? Hope it's going well. Look at that. It's melting nicely. Okay, so it has been, well, actually a bit longer than 30 minutes. It took 40 minutes. But here it is. Look at that. Now that looks delicious. That is the one problem with doing it in a container, cooking it the way how I've done it, because this isn't made for this, it's made for banana bread and loaf and loaves. It still looks delicious. There we have it. I mean, it still tastes nice. Let's see if we can do it for that though. Are we gonna get lucky? This is where I learned that it's just not gonna do it now, right? I know. Oh! That was a good sign. Hey, we did it! Look at that! It looks much nicer in the container because I was actually able to split it. So there we are. That's how we do it. Hope you've had a lovely day, evening, and I hope you enjoy cooking this meal. It's very delicious. I've had it before and I'll have it again because it's cheap. Bye bye. Boom. 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 Pasta, 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 pasta. No, that taste test was a fail. I mean, it's almost done. It's probably got about boom, 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 boom.